What's good, YouTube? Welcome back, guys. I know I haven't been releasing any tutorials on this channel for 2024. That's because I gave up day trading that year and 2023, so really I haven't had the chance to make any tutorials. However, since I've been swing trading, I think a lot of people's interest have returned to swing trading, and with that being said, here's a course coming your way in this video that's gonna definitely change the way you look at the markets and individual stocks. Look, I made 6 figures in 6 months in 2024 and doubled that in 2024, second half of 2024. So if you're looking for the real gains and the big gains, this is the video where you listen and learn how I did that, because you have the same opportunities that I had in 2024 in 2025, and that's because of the market condition. With that being said, hopefully you learn a thing or two in this video, and I'll see you in the next as always.
But I want to just begin with a little bit of inspiration before we get into this course. And we're going to cover swing trading, and even whatever you learn here, you can actually take it to day trading if you want. So I will cover a little bit of a segment on day trading stocks at the end. But essentially what this course is going to entail is, number one, identify the market condition, research cheap stocks but with future potential, look into financials. So I'm going to teach you how to pick stocks that are not going to go bankrupt and are not going to be delisted. So the risk of you losing money swing trading are extremely low. And then we're going to enter trades, and we'll talk about all of that when the time comes. But look, this is something I've shared as my headline or my banner, because I've only had this for a year, and this is year one in 2024 when I started swing trading and I established this group. This is what I achieved: 25% in the first 6 months. So first half 2024, and it's a 25% return on this capital. But second half, we've also done a lot of great things. And look, I'll give you 1 month, for example, in the second half of 2024. You can see $30,000 on this starting capital. That's pretty good. I haven't calculated the percentages, but that's not just, I'm not the only one who pulled such figures. And you can see here as well. But you guys have done the same. For example, here we've got Ashley, 7K on 40K investment. And then you've got 12K, okay? And then you've got 16K. All of this is for the month of December. So all of this, I just wanted to, like, when you're swing trading, you're actually aiming for big returns. You're not making like 1,000 and 100. I'm pretty sure when you're swing trading, you're going to be using large capital. So the stakes are high, but the reward is high as well. So guys, that's me motivating you. Let's get right into lesson 1. Identify the market condition. Now, this is the most important thing about swing trading. Our stocks that we buy are linked to a stock market. So, for example, this is Yahoo Finance, okay? This here is the S&P 500. This is the Dow. This is the NASDAQ. This is US. And then you got Europe. You got the FTSE 100. That's the UK. Okay? You've got the DAX. That's Germany. So, each country has a kind of a bundle that is called whatever name you have here: S&P, Dow Jones, NASDAQ. Asia has the Nikkei, has Hang Seng as well. Okay, so all of these contain a bunch of stocks. So for example, the NASDAQ contains 100 big technology stocks, and the price of the NASDAQ is influenced by these technology stocks. So if I click on the NASDAQ, that's the NASDAQ 100, by the way. Okay? And I look at these prices. Like, I'm not going to swing trade the NASDAQ when I'm swing trading. I'm actually going to swing trade whatever is in the NASDAQ. I will pick a stock or something that's attached into the NASDAQ. So if we look at the NASDAQ right now, how does the NASDAQ look? Well, it's uptrending. So if I get a line somewhere here, let me just go to advanced chart. And you can just look at it. It's just uptrending. What does that tell you? That tells you things for the market is good. The stock market is good. It's just going up. In simple terms, it's going up in value, and I should buy that stock or whatever stock is in the stock market. So look at the trend line. It has been just bullish since the start of 2024. So it's just going up. Okay, so you see here, it's literally started here 2024. All of this is just bullish from this big candle all the way here. It's bullish. So what does that tell you about the market? The market is doing what exactly? It's going up, correct? So the market, the overall market, which is the Nasdaq, is going up. So now I just identified that the market condition is good, it's going up, and this here will be called a swing trade, okay, or riding the wave. So whatever I buy here, I know it's gonna be easy for me to make money because the wave is upwards, right? You can see from here to here, the wave is upwards. So this is a market for swing trading right now, okay? So now I identified that the market is upwards. I can successfully swing trade in this market. However, what would you have done if you got in this kind of, let's say, few years time, it's a different market, and you see this, you enter the market and it's like this, downtrending, or it's just sideways, it's going sideways like this, there's no uptrend like here, where you could just buy anything and it will go up. It's just lousy. Well, this is now called a position trade. You will buy here, and then you would hope that in the coming months the trend will start to move upwards like this. Now again, I haven't covered a single stock. I'm covering market condition. Remember what I said. Everything in the Nasdaq, what it represents is the big technology stocks, because the Nasdaq is housing technology stocks like Apple, Microsoft. Okay, so whenever these move, this is my indicator to see how the overall segment of that market is doing, and that's technology stocks. So I just identified, and maybe I write it down. So market condition, uptrending. So market condition is uptrending. So I can in fact make swing trades because it's uptrending. However, with every uptrend, there's also corrections. So that means market condition can change by having a pullback downwards, a short-term pullback. But looking at history, any pullback like this will continue upwards. Why? Because we already identified that the market is upwards. Now, nobody would invest if the market is constantly going down, right? The market has to have upwards momentum, and throughout history, the cycle for upward momentum is 5 years, 5.5 years of bull market. Some years you might have 6, but there will always be fluctuations. So you've now entered, if you're watching this for the next 5 years, you've entered a swing trading market. So any pullback will always be engulfed with a reversal. So this is your opportunity to buy anything that that dips in value. But I just want to share with you how to identify market condition and why it's important, because without the market condition being ripe, it's going to be hard for you to swing trade. It will take you longer to make money. Like if the market is uptrending, I can make money within, like if I buy here, right? For example, I buy here, it could take me 2 weeks to make money. If I had bought here, it would take me 4 months to make money. See the difference? So I also need to time when I should buy. Now I understand some people want to buy early and they want to wait, and that's what investing is. But for a swing trader, he wants to come in when the market is ripe. So you're asking me now, well, what do I do when there's a bear market, for example, like the one we had in 2022? Well, you come back and day trade. You take whatever you've learned and you will day trade the market. And there will be some swing opportunities like you see here, but they're not monstrous. They will give you few percentages, right? Like on average, we're taking 10 to 15% gains. Like this market is now for those who are greedy. And that's when we make the large sums. So that's lesson 1. Identifying market. We said the market is uptrending because we looked at the line and it's just going up. Just looking at it, you can see it's just going up. So swing trading is easy. Any pullback in the market is a buying opportunity for us. Okay, because it's uptrending. Unlike here, any dip, while the market is already dropping, any dip, you gotta be scared. So when it starts cracking, well, we have to be scared here. So it's not a buying opportunity. But that's something you learn over time. It's to evaluate when to enter the market and when to stay away from the market. Now, we identified that the market condition, good. Research cheap stocks but with future potential. Now, this is really where you make your money. It's looking at a stock that has future potential but is also cheap. So what is a future potential? Well, that's where you have to use your brain. You have to look at trends or what's trending out there, what you think the market is going to feel, what the market is going to be happy about. Like, for example, I picked this stock before and I shared this on YouTube as well. Archer Aviation. So these guys, what they make is electric aircrafts. Okay. And we bought it here at $8 and we cashed out just at $11. We made a lot of money in that trade. And I shared that on Patreon as well. Now, why did I pick that stock? Number one, as well as it was already trending, you can see here, gapping up. It was a hot sector because electric aircrafts is new. Electric aircrafts or eVTOLs, that's what they call them, or airplanes. They're new and they're not drones. We're not talking about drones. We're talking about actual the equivalent of helicopters. This was hot because we know that the world is trying to move into a clean energy friendly world by 2030. So anything like this was hot, or we believed it was going to have a lot of interest. And there was a time where electric vehicles were also hot. So right now, there's one industry that has always outperformed. And maybe when you're watching this, you will take this into whatever trading future you have. Okay? And that's the Bitcoin industry. We're not talking about Bitcoin itself because this is not about crypto, this course. This is about stocks. But Bitcoin has always been hot. You can see, guys, always rallied and gapped up. And even though it has certain pullbacks, it always continued the trend to the upside. So what does that tell us exactly? That tells us that anything related to Bitcoin is a hot industry. So for example, we're talking the likes of Marathon, mining stocks, MicroStrategy, even though mining stocks will turn out to be a failed business if they don't change in the next 3 years. But anything related to Bitcoin is what I'm talking about. And that's really an industry that's going to survive and keep getting attraction from other traders. Because don't forget, swing trading is about what other people want to buy from you down the line. Okay? And that's how you make your money. So, research cheap stocks, but with future potential. So, unfortunately, with crypto, there isn't really something you can look at as financials. So these are hodling stocks. So I'm not gonna focus on those for this segment, but they are stocks that are cheap at the moment. For example, Marathon is at $17, and it could see some short-term gains over to the $30 mark, 225. And I'm here to, however, give you guys just the idea of how to find research cheap stocks with future potential. Don't be that person that looks into just stocks that mean nothing, that have absolutely no use cases. I know a lot of people like to buy stocks because they think it sounds cool. Be reasonable. Like if I say a stock with a future potential, it means a stock that is actually going to perform short term, like in a year's time at least, because they have a product and they have a clear business plan. I'm not betting on pharmaceutical stocks because all of these are will eventually fail. Okay, so we want to avoid these kind of quote unquote future potential, pharmaceuticals especially. So go with something that is proven to have a future potential. It's just cheap because the market is not interested in it for now. Okay, let's move on into financials. Now, guys, this is the most important part about this course. Look into their financials. This is the most important thing. If you don't look into a stock's financial, you should just save your money, because sooner or later you're just gonna blow it by getting wiped out, whether a stock getting delisted or going bankrupt. We want to avoid these scenarios. Don't just buy a stock because it's cheap or because you think it has a future and a potential. Don't do that, please. Okay? Look into their financials. So, what is the financials? It's things like how much cash they have. Are they profitable? How much money are they burning every year? How are they going to raise the money after they burn everything in their cash flow pile? I want to know, can they cover their debt? So one thing I look at is current ratio and quick ratio and cash flow. And then I actually assess whether they're going to be able to continue operating after being, how much they'll lose in the future. So that's like the revenue, or net profit or loss, net P&L quarterly. So I'll look at these quarters. So let's look at into their financials. You just want to assess this quick ratio, current and quick ratio. Assess this, and I think you should be fine with the rest. So you want to go to fundamentals, you want to go to ratios. You can find this on Yahoo Finance or Ortex or whatever. So this is Marathon Digital Holdings. It's a mining company that also hodls Bitcoin. So let's look at quick ratio, right? So a lot of people have a lot to say about these stocks, but they don't actually look into their financials. In 2023, their current ratio was 30. Okay? Their quick ratio was 10. This is way above what is required for me to say this company is healthy. Anything over 3 is like amazing, okay? And we have 30 and 10. This is current and quick ratio. Now, debt to equity is 20. And of course, most companies are living off debt, and they're operating on debt. So it's not debt in this industry, especially the Bitcoin industry, is nothing. So to me, this company's all right. It's not the best because looking at cash flow, it's it's not the best kind of stock when it comes to cash flow, because I guess mining hasn't been doing well. But look, you just assessed the two most important things about a company. It's cash flow, it's the current and quick ratio. You cover these and you're fine with how the company will operate in the future. I mean, now you just go through, I guess, the ups and downs it will have down the line. Enter the trade, but not fully. So what does that mean? That means you will need to scaling. Your problem, or most people's problem, is they don't know how to research cheap stocks because they're not actively in the market. They have jobs. Their mind is not fully invested. I understand that. I'm fully invested. This is my job. For a lot of people, especially those that come to me on Patreon, they don't have the time to be going out there researching, even though it might be fun to research. It's just they don't know what to look at. They don't know how to look at financials, because I know I just gave you the most important things I look at. There's other things that you have to look at just to make sure this stock is not gonna, do I guess a 360 on you. Enter the trade, but not fully. This is another thing. A lot of people, when they see a dip, they say, "Oh, this is it. I'm gonna enter now." Well, you have to kind of make sure that you're confident that this is the final price, and if not, then you should just scale in. And then finally, prepare an exit plan. Most people don't have an exit plan. They have an entry plan, but not an exit plan. And that's how most people don't make money, is because they don't know when to exit. They just hold, and the price goes in their favor. They refuse to sell, and then it goes down again, etc., etc. And it's just a funny cycle that they go through. Anyways, 4 things, and that's all you need to know. Then you go repeat the cycle. And that's swing trading for me personally. Appreciate you guys for watching. Now, of course, I gave you all of this, but there's certain things that I just can't explain because they just come natural. Okay, but essentially, you do this. I think it will save you guys a lot of money, and it will make you a little bit of money as well. Appreciate you for watching. Peace and love as always, and smash that like button if you made it this far.